I'm Aurora Peachy, and I am here at ArenaNet Studios with Ruby and Liz, the, content marketing manager and associate global brand manager.
It's not that fancy.
Nice. It sounds
I made it
grand,
sound fancy.
Man,
go
everyone
us.
talks about it that
We
way.
are awesome.
So just real briefly, tell me what's your day to day? Like what do you do day to day?
Oh my gosh.
First. All right, so I am responsible for coordinating our social media pushes and just kind of talking to our players on a day-to-day basis. And I'm also the content creator and the host and the producer of our live stream show, Points of Interest, which I think you've probably heard of.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one.
And how have you, check out this amazing segue,
Ooh.
how have you heard of this, Aurora?
I have heard of Points of Interest because I am actually the post show. I do the post show on Twitch. Points
Where
of
you
Interest.
analyze everything
I analyze
that we have
everything
said.
we say. Yes, I take notes. I have a big notebook.
In
I
seriously
take
like
notes.
the most fun way possible.
Yes,
So,
it's
yeah.
awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so that's
Because I always try and be happy and upbeat and positive about it. So
it's a game and you're having fun, so I'm
Exactly.
on board. So Liz, how about you?
So I'm a very behind the scenes sort of role at ArenaNet. So we work a lot on kind of the schedule of when information's coming out, how we're delivering that to players, like what is PR, what is on Points of Interest, what's on Ready Up. Do we want to make sure that the World versus World beat lines up with the Ready Up week so that Josh can talk about it, stuff like that. So a lot of scheduling, a lot of planning, and a lot of other stuff that just kind of doesn't necessarily see the light of day in its final form. We're kind of sowing the seeds.
She's the reason we all get where we're going.
Yeah, it's
and
that background
are in the
work
right,
that-
and show up in the right rooms.
I'm feeling that weight.
An unsung hero.
No, but she is the reason we have any idea what's going on around
Not
here.
at all. It's a whole team effort.
Yep.
What are some of the challenges with Heart of Thorns coming out, like managing new players to the game versus the old players? Is kind of balancing those two
Oh, wow.
things.
Well, there are a lot of preconceptions, I think, to standard MMOs. I mean, people have these ideas that, okay, well, is there even a point to coming in? Is it worth it now? Because the starting areas are going to be empty and there's not going to be anybody there. And they're not used to the way that we've done things where what we've been saying is the journey is the goal. So there's stuff to do in the 1 to 15 areas. There are things to do in the middle areas. And they don't realize we have to try to get that through, that they're still populated and there's lots going on. And come on, we have things for you and we would love to play with you. And there are people to play with you.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, like, when an expansion comes out for a game, new and veteran players have kind of the same concern of, like, how much more work am I taking on with this? Like, so new players are going, oh, like, if you add 5 levels, that's 5 whole more levels that I have to get to the end. And old players are going, I'm really invested in my levels and my gear and stuff. Please don't take it away from me. And so that's actually kind of an easy thing to message for us, is, guess what?
We're not going to do that.
We're not adding on to that. Like,
that.
we're adding, kind of meaningful progression with masteries and other stuff that will be there for people once they hit 80 and are, going to be there day one for 80 players.
Yeah. I think we found a really good balance on that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your personal favorite class to play?
Oh, man. Are we talking PvE or PvP?
Whatever you like better. What, are you PvPer or PvEer? Or both?
He was listening very closely to this.
Oh, Hugh is going to be so proud of me right now because my PvP favorite is Hambo. You're welcome, Hugh. Hugh's like, yes! My PvE main is, they are split between my Thief and my Elementalist.
So this is a hard question for me.
Why is that?
I have 13 level 80 characters.
I'm catching up to you.
And I have plans for 3 or 4 more soon. And I would say probably the one I spend the most time on in PvP is my Necromancer. And in PvE, I'm probably on an Elementalist or a Guardian.
Fellow Altaholic, how you doing? Isn't
Right?
it great?
Like, we have a meetup later tonight, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
many.
I've only got 9 80s. Can I come?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, you know what?
9's still
In a
absurd.
week, I want to hear double digits.
Push through. Push through.
Tomes of Knowledge. I got a bunch of Tomes of Knowledge I need to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
How much of the story itself do you guys try to keep a secret to yourselves? Do you want it to be a surprise?
So I have never been able to keep anything from myself because actually before my current job I was actually the person writing like release highlights which required some level of familiarity with the content going out. So I was actually like in there for first playables, and basically anytime they had something where I could go and watch, I was playing it and seeing every iteration of it. So I've never ever had something that wasn't spoiled for me, which is okay. Like I don't consider it spoiling. I consider it like, oh, I got to see like all this stuff happening, and then I get in game, I'm like, oh, it's live and I'm playing it with friends. So it's pretty cool.
The advantage to that too is that once we've done that and then it's on live, we can go in and we can kick back and enjoy watching everybody else play it for the first time and see everybody getting really excited.
For sure.
I did have 1 week where I probably kind of slacked a little bit. I wanted one release where I wasn't spoiled. And I worked so hard here in the office.
Blinkers up and
I wasn't going to
ears,
first playables. I wasn't like paying attention. I wasn't looking at any of your stuff when you asked about edits, and I'm really sorry about that, but I wanted one release during season 1 where I
Which one was that?
I can't remember now because I can't really remember what I had for dinner last night either. So we're talking season 1. But it was, I mean, I just wanted to kind of recapture that, oh my gosh, not knowing what's going to happen and wondering. And
was it worth it? Was it exciting?
Yes,
Oh, good.
It felt so good. I got into game and then somebody like yelled out a spoiler in map chat 2 hours after I logged in. And,
so close.
You have no
Map
idea
chat
what you have done to me.
You can't put match out on if you don't want spoilers, man.
It was my own fault,
Yeah.
seriously. But no, it was really wonderful. It felt so good. Yeah.
Was there any particular, because I know you deal a lot with the fans and the feedback and everything, and I'm sure you get good and bad, but was there any good comment that you can think of that particularly touched you?
You're going to make me cry, aren't you?
Oh no, I wasn't trying to. That would be
Yes,
a bonus.
you totally were making
Bonus!
Do you have one?
No, you go first, please.
I'm trying to pick one is why I was throwing this off on you. I was like, oh man.
So I mean, what's really cool for me is always the people who come up and it's a guild or whatever, and they're talking about how they met in the game, and maybe the packs that they're at is their first time that they've all met each other. That's always the really cool thing for me, because that's why I love MMOs and Guild Wars 2 in specific, is the way they bring people together and the way that you spend hours together doing guild missions and this and that, and then you become best friends, and it's just a really beautiful thing for me.
I think probably the best one in recent memory. Wow, I'm totally gonna cry. The best one in recent memory, we were at PAX Prime last year, and when we have the fan events, like the parties in the clubs, Regina and Stefan and I are usually in the background kind of, lifting and hauling and making sure everybody's got enough to eat and drink and that the swag tables stay full. And it was getting toward the end of the night, and I was really, really tired and kind of over in the corner of the bar like, okay, I need like a glass of water or something. And this woman came over and she was like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I was like, yeah, what can I do for you? I'm so tired. And she said, I just wanted to let you know. And she was probably in her mid-50s. And she said, I just wanted to let you know that I had a really serious illness last year that required some surgery. And I had almost 6 months of recovery time. And Guild Wars 2 is what kept me sane, and my guildmates, and spending time with them, because I couldn't get up and about. I was stuck in bed trying to recover, and then I needed another surgery, and that was my lifeline. And I just want to thank you for that. And I'm standing in the middle of this bar at 10:30 at night going, can I hug you, please? So that was, that just was so sweet, and I'm so glad that she took the time to come and tell me that.
Note, if you ever see any of the devs or anything, just take a second to thank them for what they do, because we all benefit from it.
It's okay. It's okay.
So what is the Heart of Thorns? It was meant to give you a silly answer.
Sorry. Nope.
I can
Just nope.
I'll tell you what, I can tell you some of the best answers that we had earlier this week. We had some concept art, and we asked what lies at the heart of Maguma. And I was just watching during the day.
Oh no.
I liked some of those.
For example.
I can't repeat it on film.
Oh, no, not
Sorry.
those. I deleted those. Some of my favorite answers, one guy was like, bees. And
bees.
someone else said Starbucks. It's always a Starbucks. What else? Flying monkeys. I have no idea why
That was
flying
one of the
monkeys.
first commenters, wasn't it?
That was the very
Right
first
out the
comment.
gate.
Flying monkeys. And I spent way too much time going,
Why?
why? Why
What made you think of
I mean,
that?
thank you. Because it was funny, but I got nothing. I got nothing.
All right, last question. I asked this to Colin as well, and this comes from Kaide. This is a very, very serious question.
I'm sure.
I
I don't believe her.
I'm ready.
Would you rather fight one Zaitan-sized Quaggan or 100 or 100 Quaggan-sized Zaitans?
Okay, that's like 1,000 Quaggan-sized Zaitans, though, if you really think about it. So, is it a regular Zaitan-sized Quaggan or like a hulked out one?
That was my question.
And?
Yeah.
Because this is important.
It is. It matters.
It does.
It does.
Like,
are the Quaggans passive? Are they docile? Or are they?
Oh, they're. It's a cute.
Okay.
Ooh, I'd totally fight that one because we can just give him fish.
I have a real problem with violence against Quaggans. So I would probably.
I'm just saying fish.
I would probably fight the Zaitan. What was Colin's answer?
This is what I want to know.
Colin said that he saw the giant Quaggan.
Awesome.
And he said he saw it as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, like stomping towards Lion's Arch.
I can see that. I can see
That's fantastic. I like it so much.
Thank you guys so much for the interview and talking with me. Thank you all for
so
watching and for your questions. We'll see you next time.